Hey, what's up? If you're looking for the most profitable MMA betting channel on YouTube, you came to the right place. If you have been following me, my latest profit on March was nearly 243% of everything I bet. From a unit or percentage perspective, I have nearly 15.7% or in units. In my breakdowns and my predictions and my bets, I like to expose everything that I'm doing. I separate my bets in high, medium, and low quality bets, and then I have how I'm accumulating either profit or loss per segment. Also, I have metrics here that show what is my right percentage in picks when I bet the juice, when I bet the dog. I also put some charts here so it becomes more visible. What is my profit, current profit for the year, how I'm doing in each month, so it becomes more visible to you guys. And hi, this is Sam from Zroder MMA Bet. In this video, I'll be covering UFC 261, Usman versus Masvidal 2. If you're watching this early from Patreon, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. If you're in YouTube, I'm a handicapper. I have experience of doing this for over 9 years, even though I started my YouTube channel only last year. So you are free to follow me, you're free to subscribe, like this video, so you can get the latest updates. I'll divide this video as follows. I will give right off the bat all my picks and bets and how much I'm betting on each fighter. Then on to the breakdowns, and in the end, stick around if you're willing to support the channel and keep it running, alright? So like I said, I'm gonna be covering everything that I'm doing, all the picks and bets. Before that, guys, if you're willing to get the latest updates when I'm betting, follow me on Instagram. I have early releases of who I'm betting, some cards here, for instance today. It's the 4th of April. I have already my releases on TNT, UFC on ABC2, my latest predictions, UFC 261 like I spoke about. So make sure that you're following me so you can get the earliest as possible the bets, right? All right, so onto the breakdowns, onto the picks and the bets. I'm sorry. So between Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal, I'm picking Usman. I'm gonna be passing for now. I'm interested to betting Masvidal. I'll let you guys know if I in fact bet him later on by comments in the video. Dwight Grant for Stefan Sekulic. I'm picking Grant, but I'm gonna be betting Sekulic. Not big bet, 1.25% of my money. Johnny Munoz versus Jamie Simmons. I'm picking and betting Simmons, 2% of my money. Danaa Batgerel versus Kevin Natividad. Picking and bet Batgerel, 1.25% of my money. Jeff Molina versus Qileng Aori. I think Aori is his surname, probably mistyped this one. So I'm picking Molina, I think. I don't quite remember. Yeah, I think I'm picking Molina. I'm not going to be betting the fight in straight lines. Rong versus Rodrigo Vargas. I'm picking Rong, but I'm going to be betting Vargas. 1% of my money, so small bet. Ariane Carnelossi versus NaLiang. I'm picking Carnelossi, not going to be betting the fight. Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade. I'm picking Shevchenko. I'm considering a bet on Andrade. I'm waiting for people to bet more Shevchenko to see if the lines become more interesting. I'll let you guys know. JimmyCrute versus Anthony Smith. I'm picking Crute. I'm not betting the fight. Karl Roberson versus Brendan Allen. I'm picking and betting Roberson. Not big amount, 1.25% of my money again. Weili Zhang versus Namajunas. My biggest bet of the card. My pick and my bet on Namajunas. 3.5% of my money. Quite a good bet in my opinion on Namajunas. Then Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. I'm picking Hall. I'm not going to be betting the fight, right? So on to the breakdown, guys. I'll be trying to do this as concise as possible because it's quite a big card to cover. So buckle your seat belts. Let's see how this goes. All right, so between Johnny Munoz versus Jamie Simmons. To be honest, guys, I think Simmons is filling in again for another guy. Before, Munoz was to find Mark Strigo. Strigo was a wrestler, so they tried somehow to mimic that in Simmons because Simmons is also not a tall guy, long, etc. But to be honest here, I'm not sure if Simmons has that much skills, at least from what I've seen from video. His strikings are pretty, average. To be honest, he comes inside, tries to swing and bang, but it's nothing special. He has like much technique behind. He's also not a big guy for division, either tall or long, so he struggles a little bit to get inside because of the lack of range. On the ground, pretty decent double leg, but not much grappling. Many mistakes on the ground. Also from his back, he's not the best. He can get controlled. And he's there to fight, but nothing outstanding. Also on the physical, on the game plan part. Whereas Munoz, I see him a strong favorite here. The reason is on the striking, he's not a good striker as well. Even though he has a little bit more range. On the technique part, not that good, but on the defensive, not that easy to hit. Can fire some kicks, so not that easy to deal with. But on the grappling, he's pretty good. I'm giving 3 stars here because he doesn't have much, not that technical wrestling, even though it's pretty good. I'm rating 3 stars because of the rest of the division, but still, this guy is a legit BJJ player. You can see has got 4 stars on the grappling. Pretty dangerous from his back, he's very active. Also from top. And a pretty tough guy is coming to win. So I'm quite confident on Munoz. I think he comes forward, he shoots, and even if Simons runs to the center of the octagon, tries to brawl, I think he's gonna get taken down and finish pretty easily. My pick is Munoz round 1 submission. Like I said, I have him as a strong favorite, so does the bookies. And I'm picking Munoz because, like I'm saying, guys, I don't see much chances for Simons, and this part is wrong here. It's from 20 to 30% chances for Simons, which gives nearly around plus 400 dog for Simons. But again, I think it's a tough fight for Simons. I don't see much chances for him to winning, unless he can land a bomb and keep landing and Munoz comes off for some reason, or he gets lucky on a shot. But I don't know. I don't see much chance of this happening. I'm parlaying Munoz quite a lot, 2% of my money. I was even thinking of betting Munoz straight, but it's quite a big price to pay. I'm still thinking about it, but still, to me, Munoz is a very strong pick, all right? And these are the prop bets that I have. These are the comments. Feel free to pause, take a look at it. On to the next fight, Ariane Carnelossi versus NaLiang. You guys don't see the stars on this girl because basically every single fight that I've watched from her, and there's not much available, I believe. She comes, runs to the center, she shoots, she gets the girl down, and she finishes the girl. There is some technique, guys, but it's difficult to see if it's very good because the fights last like 1 minute and the other fighter doesn't have any resistance, so it's tough to tell. I end up giving 3 stars. I'm giving like an average rating here. She seems to be a tough girl, she's very young. And Carnelossi, she's a striker. I'm giving 3 stars because she puts lots of pressure, but the rest it's pretty under average, guys. It's not like she's a strong girl, like she looks like jacked, she's very very thick, muscular development, but the strikes are not fluid, not much power, it's more like muscles, but she doesn't explode much, but still she's quite decent there. I'm curious to see if Carnelossi can survive in the ground. I think she can because probably she has BJJ coaches, and I'm not sure Liang is anything spectacular. So I'm assuming that Liang comes here, takes her down, she survives, and I think Liang gonna guess because she goes it's such a crazy pace from the beginning. That's why I'm picking Carnelossi round 2 TKO. The bookies have similar to what I have, and it's a big spread on what's gonna happen because it can be nearly from Liang taking her down and finishing her quickly, or Liang out grapples her, or I don't know. And Carnelossi does, like I said, survives and picks up the pace later. I have not seen Liang striking. Maybe she has good striking, and I don't know. So that's why it's pretty wide here. It's a tough fight to call and to bet. Maybe under props if you can find something like this. Total round under 1.5. At the plus 200 range. Maybe interesting, or even this one. I don't know, it's a quite chaotic fight to pick and to bet. But I don't know, maybe I would be betting Carnelossi by TKO because if Liang guesses bad, Carnelossi has good cardio, we have seen this before. So maybe she can finish Liang or something. Alright, but Liang by submission also may not be a bad idea. I don't know, take a look from prop bets, alright? On to the next fight, Qileng Aori versus Jeff Molina. Again, it's not an easy fight for me to call because there's not much footage available on Aori. I was able to watch like 3 or 2 fights from him. Pretty decent on the straight punches. He can come quite aggressive. He can corral his opponents, shoot a double leg. But as you guys see here, I don't have much information to analyze upon. Molina, he's quite he's not much. He doesn't have much experience because he's very young, but he's in a good training camp. So Molina's style is more like he likes to keep it standing. He's a quite long guy for the division. Has good flow on the strikings, like I'm putting here. He also has a not bad counter punching. He likes to fire with the opponent. Not bad double leg. Quite good grappling. You know, tough to take down, tough to hold down. So this guy it's more complete, as you guys can see here. At least it sounds to me that he's more complete. I like a little bit better his counter punching. He times this thing better. On the front foot, he doesn't have 4-star because he doesn't have that much power. But still good game plans in a good training camp. Pretty young, tough guy. Tough to call, guys, because like I said, I don't have much information on Aori to analyze on. The bookies have nearly a pick and fight. I think I know why. Probably Aori because of his experience. But Molina's in this fight. He can, you know, use straight punches. I think he's gonna be more aggressive. Even though he's not the best on the front foot, you know, I think he'll try to take the front foot and outstrike Aori. But Aori, he has a great experience. He can probably take Molina down, out-grapple him. I don't know, another fight chaotic for me to pick. I'm going by Molina by decision. I'm interested to take this prop bet. I don't want to bet Molina as a pick and fight because I don't know much about Aori. This will be the prop bets. It's a little bit random here, guys, because again, it's tough for me to call on a fight that I don't have much intel. But yeah, here's the pick. Here are the prop bets. These are the comments. You may pause the video here, take a look at it. Maybe it help you a little bit. On to the next fight. Rong versus Rodrigo Vargas. From what I've seen from footage, Rong is a very young guy, super aggressive. He comes like guns blazing. Has some technique behind. He's good. What I'm putting here. Yeah, I didn't put much about his striking here, but he's a guy like can use straight punches, can use some technique behind, but he likes to corral opponents and tee off. You know, when this guy explodes, he's very dangerous with hooks, with knees inside. He's quite creative. Can go jumping knees, so he's young, strong, he's dangerous. On the defensive part, he's not the best. Gets hit basically a lot. You know, once he's in the back foot, he gets hit quite a bit. I've seen some double legs, pretty good stuff, you know, but it was tough for me to judge because it was one fight that I saw him taking the guy down and probably finishing him on the ground or something. Also, good takedown defense, but I don't think he's a BJJ player, so I'm giving 3 stars here. And again, looks like has good game plans, tough guy. So the same can be said about Vargas. You know, Vargas is not the most technical guy, but he makes it up on his toughness, on his aggression. He likes to get inside and throw leather, you know. On the back foot, also not that bad. Fires well with opponents, hits some angles. Can shoot double legs, not that easy to take down. Some grappling. But the problem with this guy is a little bit his game plans. He doesn't quite use his experience much to his advantage. He comes more like to fight and to brawl rather than use a strategy. But he's a pretty tough guy. So the way I see this playing out, guys, probably wrong. Rong is coming to... It's coming fast and hard on the first round. He's like 20 years old. He's probably going to have lots of jitters because I'm assuming it's tough to be a 20-year-old and come on UFC and be calm. So probably he's going to come guns blazing. If Vargas survives, that may be interesting. I think Vargas can survive and maybe pick up the pace from the second. But still, I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be going with Rong by decision. Because Vargas is so tough, I'm assuming that Rong gonna be able to score the first round pretty clearly. If he doesn't have much of an adrenaline dump, he can even keep a stronger pace. Vargas on the back foot is quite decent, but not the best. And I think gonna be tough to fight a younger guy, but still, like I said, guys, Vargas may be very much into this fight, especially if Rong has the adrenaline dump from the second. So I'm actually probably gonna be betting Vargas because he's like plus 250 dog. I'm still waiting if people continue betting Rong here for me to get better money on Vargas, better lines on Vargas. But still, I'll let you guys know in the comments, so subscribe, take a look, stay tuned for the video, and take a look on the comments, alright? And these are the prop bets that I'll be taking. Kevin Natividad versus Danaa Batgerel. Natividad is more like a well-rounded guy, as you guys can see. He comes in straight lines with his shots, good, not bad straight shots, likes to corral opponents, and tee off from there. Not bad, the wrestler. Pretty good double leg, holds the top position a little bit. More like a wrestling control. Not much grappling behind. That's why he's got 3 stars and everything. And not bad game plans. Pretty young, tough guy. Same can be said about Batgerel in the terms of good strategy and being young and tough. But this guy's a striker. he has quite sharp hands. I like the way he brings himself to the cage. He has good straight punches, uses kicks. He's aware of his opponent's strengths. He's ready to slip the counters, keep coming. So it's tough to deal with this guy. On the defensive part, he's not the greatest, but he's neither bad. It's not that easy to hit this guy. He blocks the shot. He comes back with his shots. He's not a grappler, but he has very good takedown defense. It's tough to take this guy down. He pumps back up very quickly, so it's not easy to hold him down. And like I said, pretty tough guy. The way I see this playing out, I think Natividad gonna try to be aggressive against Batgerel, try to outstrike him. I think he's gonna start getting hit. Then I think he shoots. Batgerel is gonna probably be able to stuff those takedowns, get quickly back up, take the front foot when Natividad starts getting tired and do more damage. I'm quite confident on Batgerel here. It's one of my bets. I'm going by him by TKO because I think at some point Natividad gonna start eating so much punches, gonna start getting tired of not being able to control him too much. Batgerel comes in shape every single fight, so I'm quite confident on Batgerel. The bookies have similar to what I have, but I see some money coming on Natividad. Probably people think that he's more well-rounded. It's true, but I think again Batgerel will striking be outstanding in this fight. So my bet will be on Batgerel, and you guys find the spreadsheet there how much. I may be, if I update that, I'll let you guys know if I'm gonna be betting more on Batgerel if the lines become better, alright? And these will be the prop bets that I'm interested in. On to the next fight, Karl Roberson versus Brendan Allen. Striker versus grappler here. This is the striker, this is the grappler. I'm giving 4 stars for Roberson on the offensive striking. On the defense part, not the best. On the offensive, he's pretty good because good straight punches, he's patient, he uses calf kicks, he can kick to the head, he's a southpaw, so it's tough to deal with. On the defensive part, he basically holds the ground, so it's not that difficult to hit this guy, but still he has got power, he fires back. Not the worst grappler, Actually, he likes to... The problem that I have with Robertson, actually, why I'm not betting him more, because he tries to beat guys in their own games, which to me, I don't know, I don't like that too much, because he has good double legs. He's not a bad grappler from top. He may even try to take Allen down here, which could cause him the fight. So I'm a little bit weary of this, but still, he's not a bad grappler. Tough guy to take down. Very strong, explosive guy, athletic. Pretty decent game plans, even though he likes to beat too much the opponents in their own games, and but pretty big and pretty tough guy. So Brendan Allen, not much of a striker, even though he's improving quite a bit. He's got 3-star here because he's not bad. Good straight shots. He's a pretty tall guy for the division, 6'3" if I'm not mistaken, or 6'2". Not short in range, 76 inches. So he's pretty good there. Straight shots, not difficult to hit though. And he's been TKO'd before and etc. But he's pretty good on the wrestling and on the ground. He's not the most technical BJJ player. He makes some mistakes. Also not the most technical wrestler, but he's so tenacious that he gets the 4-star here because of that. Defensive part, once he gets taken down, he doesn't fight that well from his back, even though, again, tough guy, will try to create scrambles, will try to fight back. So he's got 3 stars here and a pretty big and tough guy, like I said. So how do I see these guys? Allen, I think, will take the front foot right off the bat, gonna try to shoot. I like Roberson's takedown defense. He's not easy to take down, has big, strong hips. Then I think Allen may even take him down. I think Roberson pumps right back up. The question here is, can Allen flat Roberson down? He may be able if Roberson tries to beat Allen in his own game, which I give it some chance, but Roberson, he has to pump right back up and outstrike Allen. I'm assuming that he'll try to do it, so it's Allen on the front foot, maybe trying to out-wrestle, Roberson not being able to, then Roberson start landing more shots. Even in the late rounds, Roberson could take him down. Roberson also is good taking the back, he defends takedown and takes your back, and like I said, this guy is not the best on the defensive grappling, so I don't know, I'm just giving more chances for Roberson. I'm going around 2 TKO, I think he starts... If Brandon gets tired, Baby K starts landing and can get a TKO victory. But again, it's not an easy fight to call. Like you guys see here, I have this spread out. Allen could be the favorite if he can implement his game plan, but I'm giving more chances to Roberson. Roberson opened up as the dog, plus 120 dog. I took this bet. Once you guys are seeing this video from Patreon, you guys are getting Roberson at plus 115, which is very close to what I got, so pretty good bet in my opinion, obviously if he wins. But yeah, these are my takes here, guys. Feel free to pause. These are my prop bets that I'll be interested in. Okay. On to the next fight, Dwight Grant versus Stefan Sekulic. Grant, he's like an athletic part, you know. People say that he's only limbs, very long legs, long arms. On the defensive striking, this guy is pretty tough to deal with because he's long, and once the opponent gets in his range, he starts throwing those bombs. It comes a little bit unorthodox with the overhands, with the hooks, with the uppercuts. You know, they come from different angles. It's very difficult to deal with because he's got great power. But on the front foot, he's not that good. You know, he's even quite sloppy. He doesn't take the front foot, to be honest. You know, so he sits back and waits until opponents close the gap, and then he starts swinging. But tough guy to take down. I'm not giving more ratings here because he doesn't have much technique, looks like, because it's also difficult to take him down. And everybody knows his game plan. He doesn't adapt much in the fight, but still he's a pretty tough guy. Sekulic, on the other hand, more rounded everywhere. He has actually some flashes of greatness. This guy, once he starts getting off, it's not easy to deal with. I've seen some bouts where he strikes pretty nicely. You know, he gets inside with the 1-2, he slips the counter, he kicks, he shoots. But it doesn't come as often as I would like. But still, he's getting 3 stars here because it's pretty good, you know. Also on the wrestling, on the grappling, this guy's a good grappler, but he's not that great wrestler. He's getting 3 stars here, and if he would use more his wrestling and his grappling, he could even get 4 stars here. But I'm not sure because he's trying always to save his gas tank or something. He doesn't seem to push forward too much. That's why he's getting 3 stars only here, but not bad game plans. So the way this fight will play out, Grant will sit back 100%, so Sekulic has to take the front foot here because he doesn't have the range to compete with Grant in a tit-for-tat fight. So Sekulic has to, I don't know, man, Sekulic has to probably get inside, try to out-wrestle this guy, and once he's inside, he's try to use the technique. So it's quite tough for Sekulic. But I'm not ruling him entirely out because Grant, again, sits back, waits too much. If he doesn't put guys out, he ends up in a close fight because he doesn't throw much. And Sekulic is a good grappler. If Sekulic takes him down, like corrals him, shoots, takes him down, maybe tough for Grant to get off, you know. Even though he can explode, Sekulic in the second or third round could hold him down. So it's not that easy to predict. I'm going Grant by decision, but my bet will be on Sekulic because Sekulic, to me, he's at least has 35%, which at least 2-1 dog. The bookies have like him at plus 250, so I like a small bet on Sekulic. Okay, especially by decision because it's tough to finish Grant. Sekulic by submission is not a bad idea, but if the price is right. But Sekulic by decision may be very interesting as a prop bet. Okay, so take a look for that. Also, this will be my other prop bets and my comments. All right. On to the next fight, Randy Brown versus Cowboy Oliveira. Alex Cowboy Oliveira. Brown, tall, long guy, straight punches, good kicks, tough to deal with if you allow him to fight. You know, on the back foot, also I'm giving 4 stars because it's not that easy to hit this guy, especially in the first round, and he slows down quite a bit. But again, long range, you know, uses his sidestepping pretty well. So it's between 3 and 4 here on the defensive, but the offensive part he's pretty good. On the grappling, actually not that bad, you know, improved quite a bit, not that easy to take down anymore. Has some submissions from his back, but not much his thing, you know, that's why he's got 3 stars here. Pretty good game plans, pretty tough guy. Same can be said about Oliveira. He's a tough guy, but he doesn't have the best game plans, as you guys can see here. He's in the front foot I don't like much because even though he's got good power, he kind of crashes distance forward, lips in, exposes himself, you know, always falls to the clinch. So it's not, even though he can sometimes be a little bit more relaxed in the front, in the center. Try the 1-2, then he kicks, then he falls back. So it's quite weird the way this guy fights. Sometimes some fights he comes in one style, other fights in another style. On the defensive striking, I'm giving 4 because it's tough to deal with him. He's so long, he punches with the opponent, and he has a very powerful pull 2 and a pull uppercut. It's basically one of his moves. He pulls back and throws an uppercut with the right hand. It's very powerful and tough to deal with. So I'm giving him 4-star here because he's also a good grappler, a good striker from the distance. I'm being quite generous here on the grappling, giving him his 4 stars. Probably on the offensive, he deserves 4-star. The defense, because he has such a great takedown defense, and this guy's so strong that it's tough to take and hold him down, but he doesn't have much technique from his back. From the top, he has some technique, and he's so big and strong and has good and powerful ground and pound that he deserves 4-star here. All right, so this is another tough one to predict. I think Oliveira should take the front foot in the beginning. I think he will try to outstrike Brown, get inside to try to out-wrestle him. Brown will be prepared for that. I think he's tough most of those takedowns. He gets back up quickly. And from there, it's going to be a firefight. I think Brown takes round 1 because he's so strong and so fast in the first. He tends to slow down a little bit, starts making mistakes on the feet. Oliveira could pick it up from there, So it's a weird fight to predict, from the second, anything can happen. Oliveira can even put Brown out, or the opposite way around. I think the safest pick is probably Brown by decision from the outside, being able to pick his shots, stuff those takedowns. But the prop bets, as you guys can see here, also to me it's quite difficult, this one. So yeah, this would be the prop bets I'm taking. This would be my odds. I think the bookies have probably close to what I have. So yeah, if I'm forced to bet, I would probably go Brown, but as the current lines are, I think I'm going to be passing on this one. Maybe going to be taking Brown by decision like I'm putting here, or even either of these guys at plus 500, plus 600 range by decision may be interesting. Okay, but anything can happen in this fight. On to the next one. Anthony Smith versus JimmyCrute. Skill-wise, you guys can see by the stars here, it's quite similar. I'm giving 4-star for Smith because he's so consistent, and he's improved so much throughout his career with the 1-2, with the hook. Then he started using great calf kicks. He can kick to the body too. He gets hit quite a bit, but still he can fire he can throw with the opponent. He's good accuracy, so it's not easy to deal with this guy, even though he gets hit quite a bit. He got such a strong chin, so I'm giving this rating for him. Pretty good grappler, he doesn't he also mixes in the wrestling pretty well. I mean, he can use the clinch and the wrestling combined, and he has such a massive experience. He almost doesn't make mistakes. So I think 4 stars here is a little bit generous, but still it's not a bad rating for him. He's also good with the game plans, massive experience, like I said, pretty tough guy, he's a Lionheart. Crute, I like his offensive striking too, pretty good straight shots. He also kicks the legs, kicks the head, hits some angles. He's not the biggest guy for the division, but he does a pretty good job with his frame. Gets hit a little bit as well, doesn't move much from the center, but still he fires back with you. He's worth 3 stars here. On the offensive part, again, not the best wrestler, but a very good grappler, a black belt, so he has good control from the top, good ground and pound. Also tough to hold this guy down. He uses scrambles. He uses technique from his back to get back up. So pretty good rating for him here. He deserves it. I like his game plan. He adapts very well in the fight, and he's a quite tough guy, even though he's not that big, I think Crute takes the front foot here. I think he pushes Smith back. Lionheart starts slow. He will take the first round off, which probably will cost him the fight because it's a 3-round fight. He always fights 5 rounds. I think he's gonna wake up on the second and see he has just lost the first round. But Crute is pretty strong on the first and the second round, so I think Crute gets it done by decision just by applying more pressure, shooting, holding him down, just being a more active and a better fighter. I'm going with Crute with round 2. I think he puts enough pressure on Smith, starts landing. Smith, He still have a a strong chin, but still, I think at some point JimmyCrute starts landing and takes his back, submits him. But by decision, I was thinking that I gave a better chance on Crute by decision. I don't know. I probably, once I put this, I had something different in mind, you know. But as I'm talking, I think Crute by decision is not a bad one, guys, because Anthony Smith is not easy to finish. So between Crute round 2 and decision, take a look on this prop bet. You know, he may be able to finish missing round 2, like I said, but I would take Crute by decision probably at plus 300, plus 400 range easily, because I think he has more chances by decision. Just seeing this, I think I know what I made the mistake. I thought that this was a 5-round fight and I put this wrong. Okay, but again, I would be going with Crute, you know, round 2, but take a look on Crute by decision around plus 400. If you're gonna go with Smith by decision, plus 500, plus 600 range, so disregard this. Alright, and I'll fix this as under 1.5, under 2.5. These are actually pretty good odds to take a look at. Okay, so consider this 1.5 and 2.5, and I'll fix this. Alright, on to the next fight, Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. Striker versus grappler, in some sense. Hall is the striker here, pretty dynamic on the front foot, good jabs. You know, once he starts getting off, he's very dangerous, even though he sits back and counters a lot. He's the five-star counter of the heavyweight division, of the middleweight division. Very tough to, not that tough to hit this guy, but sometimes he gets hit to land something heavier on you, like an overhand, like a knee, like a spinning kick. So it's very tough to deal with the striking against Hall. Also tough guy to take down, you know, so athletic, so strong. And not the best game plans. He always sits back and let the fight slip, but he's a pretty big and tough guy. Now, Weidman, he's the more well-rounded party, not bad striking, good, you know, getting inside with the left hook, with the overhand, and he shoots. So he mostly setups his takedowns, but still he's a big guy for the division, got good power, so he deserves 3 stars. Once he starts wrestling, this guy is very good, you know, because he's not only a great wrestler, but he's a great grappler, so he definitely deserves 5-star here. On the back, from his back, not as good as he is from top, but still 4-star minimum for this guy. Awesome game plans, but he's no longer at his prime, so that's why he's getting 4-star here. So guys, I think Weidman will take the front foot here, unless Hall wakes up and takes the front foot, which can happen. Would be interesting to see Hall on the front foot here, using his range, you know, making Weidman uncomfortable before shooting. If he's gonna sit back and wait for Weidman to lead, he may get those flashy knockouts, but probably he's gonna get taken down, get frustrated. So it's like quite tough to predict. I'm going with Hall. Actually, I'm going with Weidman, sorry. I think I said Hall there. Yeah, probably the safest pick is Weidman by decision, but Hall is still more fresh in his career, so I think Hall also gets great chances. To me, it's a nearly pick and fight. I have Hall here as a favorite, but there is a range here. That's why actually I went with Weidman by decision. So probably the safest pick, right? Weidman by decision, but the Hall by TKO is a very interesting prop bet, alright? And Weidman to finish Hall only if he, from the second round maybe, or the third, if we can mount him, you know, finish with ground and pound or get an arm choke or something, okay? These will be my comments. Feel free to pause here, take a look at this, alright? On to the next fight, Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas. Zhang, she's more like a striker that likes to use her size in the clinch. You know, she's quite tough to deal with because her striking is pretty good. She has good straight punches, good side kicks, good head kicks. You know, on the defensive part especially, she's tough to deal with because she's got power. She holds her ground and throws down, so she doesn't use much footwork, but still she's quite strong and powerful, so she lands quite nicely. On the clinch, like I said, she has a good double leg, not bad grappling from top. She's so big and strong that she deserves 4-star here. On the defensive part, not that much. Pretty good game plans, very big, tough girl, good heart. She pushes the pace, she's losing, you know, she's gonna come for a war. Namajunas, On the technical part, she's outstanding. On the front foot, she's not that bad. She got very good straight punches. She's quite dynamic on her striking. Straight shots, then like kicks, then she hits angle, she comes again. On the defensive part, I'm giving 5-star because she has so many angles. It's very tough to deal with her. She's super accurate. So she's a very good striker. She's not having 5-star here because she doesn't pack that much power. She can't explode. But on the defensive part, it's not a problem because she lands so much. All right. So she's an elite. Not Yeah, I can tell that she's an elite striker. Yeah, she's an elite striker. On the ground game, she doesn't have the best wrestling, but very good BJJ. Tough to deal with, tough to take down, active from her back. So this girl is she's a real deal, guys. She's a former champion, and she's not. She's still under her prime. She's yet to come to her prime. Okay, she's yet to come to her prime. This girl is committed to her career. She's giving her 300% to become the champion again. I have no doubt about it. She has got awesome game plans. She's a tough girl, even though she's not as big as strong as Zhang. She's a very tough girl, right? I think Zhang takes the front foot. She starts getting hit here, guys. I think she's gonna start feeling the damage at some point. She's gonna try to wrestle and hold Namajunas. She may have some success in holding Namajunas in the clinch, but it's not easy to do against Rose because she has got so much angles. She's gonna try to break clean. Even Zhang takes her down. She's gonna try to stack submissions. Zhang could finish, Namajunas because again, big power on this girl, not bad technique. But the safest pick in my opinion is Namajunas by decision. I'm pretty confident on Rose. I'm betting her at. I took my earliest bet on plus 165. She's now plus 150. I think there are some people betting Zhang. Let people bet Zhang, in my opinion. Go for Namajunas. She's a great fighter. She has the technique in every single aspect of this fight. She just doesn't have the strength and the power. But I don't think gonna be a problem here, guys. Even though it could be close if Zhang bullies her or something. But if I'm to choose, I'm saying that Rose is nearly 60% favorite. I would give Rose minus 170 and Zhang like plus 165. So to me, the odds are totally reversed. The bet is on Namajunas, is my biggest bet of the card. All right. So feel free to pause here, take a look at it. Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade. Well, I think Shevchenko is the well-known striker here. I'm giving 3 stars on the offensive and 4 on the defensive because she doesn't have much volume. She doesn't push the pace much. Super technical. She's much tougher to deal defensively because the opponent has to get inside and then she starts throwing and she shines. But on the front foot, she doesn't quite push the pace. That's why she has 3 here, 4 here. Pretty good grappler, very strong girl, can hold the clinch, can take you down, hold you down, do ground and pound, submit you. Very good, very good. Also on the defensive part, similar can be said. She's also got good game plan. She's a big, tough girl, all right? Andrade, she has changed her fighting style a little bit in her last couple of fights. She used it to be a brawler, getting inside and, swinging crazy. And then using her strengths to take you down and pile drive you, as her nickname says. Nowadays, she has changed to a more paced style where she waits until she's a little bit more calm, let's put it this way. She tries to use more angles before doing what I said. So it's working a little bit better for her. I'm giving 3 stars on the offensive striking. Defensive, she's pretty bad. She doesn't move much. She gets hit quite a lot. But interesting enough, Shevchenko gonna be trying to counter, and I think Andrade gonna be trying to push the pace, so maybe interesting to see this battle. Also, Jessica Andrade, I'm giving 4 stars on the grappling and the clinch part, even though she doesn't have much technique. That strength is massive, and she has good ground and pound, so she's so strong as a woman that it's difficult to ignore, so that's why I'm giving 4 stars here. And on the defensive part, not that difficult to control her. She tries to explode, but not much technique. And she doesn't have bad game plans, to be honest. Actually, her style works quite well. So guys, I'm a little bit curious on this one. I think Andrade takes the front foot. She may start getting hit by Shevchenko. She got tagged before. Her chin has been tested before. I'm not sure if she can take that many shots, but for some reason, if she can get inside and wrestle with Shevchenko, may be interesting because from the top she's not that bad technically, and the strength is bigger than Shevchenko. Shevchenko is super strong, but Jessica is just a natural, as a woman. that from the top she's gonna have the advantage here, and I think if she starts landing to Shevchenko may be surprised here. I saw Shevchenko not reacting too well once she gets hit against the last opponent, the Brazilian. I just forgot. I have her face in my memory, but I forgot the name. Okay, but still, she got hit there. She got quite surprised. She took some time to pick up the pace again. I'm quite curious to see Andrade if she can start. She starts landing heavy on Shevchenko. The pick is still Shevchenko. You know, she's gonna probably be able to land when Jessica closes the gap and finish her. But I'm quite curious to see how big a dog Andrade becomes. I think at plus 400 I would take a stab on Andrade. She's now plus 300. So I'm quite curious here, guys. Because Andrade, she could win by decision and TKO, which becomes interesting. So plus 400 range may be interesting for me for Andrade. But for now I'm passing, okay? Even though Valentina Shevchenko is the pick here. Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal in the main event. Great fight again, guys. Both elite fighters in an overall sense. Usman has his style based on aggressive striking. Has good jab, good overhand, big power, big natural power. But he's not the most technical guy. He makes mistakes. He exposes his chin a little bit. Even being long as he is, defensively he gets hit quite a bit. You know, even though he has a very strong chin. So gonna be interesting to see the striking battle again. But this guy on the wrestling and especially on the wrestling, he's elite. He's also developing a very good control style, so it's very tough to deal with this guy in the clinch, in the wrestling. Yeah, it's nearly impossible to take him down too, even though I don't think he has a technical ground game, but it's nearly impossible to take this guy down. So big, strong, and athletic. He's such a great wrestler. I'm giving 5 stars as his size, toughness part. His game plan is quite predictable, that's why he's getting 4 stars here. Now Masvidal, this part here intrigues me a little bit because he doesn't have much wrestling. He doesn't use his grappling, at least he's wrestling enough. And from the back, he's quite dangerous, but he's not elite, even though it's super tough to hold this guy down. But Usman can, because Usman, again, so big, strong, is such a great wrestler. So he's getting 3 stars here, Masvidal is. But his game plans and the way he fights, guys, is easily 5 stars. This guy is so, you know, he's a game bred for a reason. You know, the guy is there to fight. He can win against anyone, basically, you know. Of course, in this matchup, it's again tough for him, but he can always win a fight, you know, because he's always in the fight, so mentally strong. He's always there to fight, and a pretty big and tough guy. Not big for the welterweight, you know, this is his problem actually, but pretty tough guy, good heart, you know. So Usman, again, probably gonna try to take the front foot, gonna try to use his range, 1-2s, and take Masvidal down. Masvidal in the first round, very dangerous. He's gonna be fresh, gonna try to land the left hook counter, gonna push the pace, try to use the head kicks like he did the calf kicks. It's tough to take Masvidal down the first round, so Kamaru gonna have again to wait for the second and third round to start actually being able to dominate the fight. So it's Usman by decision. Usman could win in the late rounds, you know, if he can control Masvidal, start doing more damage, you know, especially by TKO. But guys, Masvidal round 1 or round 2 may be very interesting because, like I said, this guy, he can always win a fight. He can always find a flying knee, a Superman punch, a left hook, or be more orthodox or unorthodox. He can do everything. He's dangerous on the first couple of rounds. Not gonna be easy to take him down, hold him down the first 2. Usman makes mistakes on the standing. Okay, even though he has a good chin, at some point he can get caught and can get finished. So I don't know, obviously Usman by decision is the safest pick, but Masvidal, guys, I would be betting him around 1, around 2, plus 1700 if I can find this line. I'm not sure. I may be able to find this line. Okay, and this would be the round bettings and this would be my handicapping. I think the bookies have Masvidal plus 300. Maybe it's not that wrong. Probably plus 250 would be the right one for Masvidal in my opinion, which gives Usman minus 330. But yeah, if I'm forced to bet here, guys, I'll be going with Masvidal in terms of a bet, even though Usman is the pick, because I think there is value on Masvidal, especially in the first couple of rounds. All right. So guys, this will do for this video. Hope you liked. If you did, please like, subscribe. Let me just show to you guys what I have on my Patreon. So feel free to visit my page. I think you guys will like it. I have 3 different tiers. If you want the early releases, such as this card we just covered on the 4th of April, so nearly 3 weeks before you guys are getting this, you know, you can get the best lines, best odds, you know, for example, Rose Namajunas at plus 150, plus 160. So I'm just pulling up fight odds real quick here so you guys can see how the betting line moves. This gives you, you know, in the long run, for 10 bucks you can easily cover by just getting an early bet and maximize your profits, you know. Alright, for example, Rose was, some bookies had her like plus 170, right? But some bookies had her before at plus 155 in this case. So the line, they move quite a bit. Another fight that we covered that I'm betting in an early market. Yeah, let's take for instance Karl Roberson that I said, you know, like he was at plus 130, see, when I took that bet and he dropped, you know. So this small, you know, for you to make 10 bucks on this difference pretty easily, plus you get way more. All right, on the prop bets, like I said, there are some great prop bets in this card. In every single card we can fight one. And if you want to know everything I'm betting, you know, you just basically take a look at it, and if you take your own risk, you just copy and bet. You have it for 50 bucks a month. It's easily to cover this. If you bet like 200 bucks a month, you easily get this 50 months back in a monthly basis. All right, so again, guys, I hope you enjoyed. This is Slaughter Bet, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.